Hey,
Hey,
community. Welcome in,
community.
Queen.
Good morning, Queen of the Universe. Good morning, my boo, my respectfully, lustfully, hostful heathen boo. How are y'all this
Lord hell,
Saturday?
I'm doing well. I'm
Doing
doing well.
good.
I had to come up here and for 30 seconds. I'm really supposed to be cooking these oxtails and working on this cobbler, but I'm goofing. Well, technically, oxtails are done. They're gonna do what they're doing in the oven. But how is it that and we did remember we discussed this when we met the couples originally. The premise of
Right.
the show is you are here because you have some sort of connection to this person, but you
Correct.
haven't had a chance to make that connection physical.
Absolutely.
So how is it that we have made it all the way to episode 5
Right.
and you have openly admitted that you are into casual liaisons, and yet
That
the
part.
person who has come here to show you singular interest, you have very little inclination to engage with that person. See, this is what I said from the beginning. As
Yep.
someone who's been in an online relationship, who literally married somebody who they met online, I can tell you it didn't take that boy but 3 months to jump on that plane to get from Chicago to Houston. It was quick.
Right.
And remember, my situation was especially tragic because unfortunately, during that first weekend, his mother passes away, and it still took him a couple of days to go home. Now, I'm not saying I got that Harlem Nights, but I'm just saying when someone is genuinely committed to you, they're into you. You want to be with them. They want to be with you. Like I said, that guy was here in Houston on his first day with me. When I got that news, I instantly went into my job the next day and told him, "Baby, it's Wednesday. I'm not coming back till Monday because I got to drive across America to make this sure this man has been rocking my box for the past 3 days get home to where he need to be."
Right.
So for these
Right.
people to just be completely and totally disconnected. I'm telling y'all, even as someone who has done it and like did it all the way down to the gutter, to the basement, and then the hell is it flamed out. These people are not seriously committed to each other. You can't possibly want to engage in and I am someone who's a part of the community. I believe in tantra. I've been to the BDSM clubs. I've been to the rubber rooms. I understand the community very, very well. But I can tell you when someone shows you singular interest as a human, that is somewhat spellbinding. That is how we are captured.
Absolutely.
That's how we keep the species going, family. Even for those
Mm-hmm.
to engage in the community.
Right. And
Just
honestly, to tell you,
right
and
there.
honestly, and honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm just gonna say this right now, and you know what? I'm gonna come on camera for this. Hang on. To Aaron J and to hang on. To Aaron J and Jody, I'm gonna just say this right now. When Taronda Jones said, "Not you moaning behind my ear," she was the host, and Orpheus Black was the expert. They had more chemistry than y'all, and that was their first time meeting. Okay, I'll
Say
turn off my
that
camera right here.
again. Say that again.
That is so true. And you know
Once
what, community?
again,
I am with you on that because listen, I'm gonna tell you something. What- Honey, I've been in the community too. Okay,
Thank you.
I'm a
They
dom.
like that.
Listen, I'm
Yes,
listen.
we all been down to the down, so, and I can tell you, I still jumped on that plane and married that man because I rode that.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, if you want something, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's a pack of fucking bubble gum, if it's ice cream, a man or a woman, if you truly want that person, you are going to do what it takes to get to them. It's not gonna take, years, months, nothing. And even if it does, if there's truly a connection, it's going to show when you meet up, when you are with that person. But just like you
absolutely.
said, if it's somebody that you truly want, like you said, that man came from Chicago to Houston, and it didn't take that long, but you had a connection though.
He was here by Labor Day,
Absolutely.
Queen.
And but
And, and this is
not
what I'm
wait,
saying
wait,
with go ahead,
wait a
Braylon.
minute. I was just gonna say, not being there by Labor Day for a chance to put you into labor. Lord help me.
Listen,
Josh Cash says, I will say some of the couples literally just met online when they found out about the show.
Yeah, we threw them
see,
off first week with that foolishness. Because I am still committed that was a hustle. Those two people are reality TV contestant junkies,
oh
and
yeah,
so
you talking about the first ones that left? Yes.
that was and that's them people. Yeah, we got rid of them the first week, but I think it's a few more that we should have let go, including the girl. Like first of all, even people who speak harshly, trust me, I have a potty mouth. I've been called someone who has a mouth kind of like a sailor, but I would
Yeah.
never call somebody just straight out. Hey, you? Oh no, we throwing b
Exactly.
bombs. Come on
Exactly.
now.
Right. All because you got called out. And this is what it is. He didn't even call her out. You admitted that other people have said the exact same words that this man just said to you.
By the
And
way, we're talking
because
about
it was
Brandon
up,
Sienna.
right,
We're talking
Brandon and
just
Sienna, because this man agreed or said something that you didn't like that other people have told you, it triggered you. And now he's a bitch. And then you want to see, women can be narcissists too. Okay. So
Yes.
after this man, after you call him a bitch, you want to throw up, oh, well, you're inconsistent because of. No, that doesn't make that man inconsistent. Okay. We got to understand these words. People will throw out a word and think that it's just going to stick just because, oh, you know it. No, honey, it doesn't work like that. Because just because this man married someone at 21 and the marriage didn't last, and then he ended up having a baby years later, that
Thank
doesn't make that man inconsistent. Shit
And
right.
happens.
especially if you are in a committed relationship and things are going terribly, horribly wrong, what value is there in continuing to torment your partner? What value is there in that?
Right.
How does that help
Where's
anybody?
the love at the end?
Thank
Because
you.
if you love me so much, I'm gonna tell you, you should. I want a man to love me enough to where he knows that he's hurting me, and the only way to do it is to let me go. Love me enough to let me go because you know that all you can do is hurt me.
So I can heal. Thank you. Because
Exactly.
no wound closes and heals. You don't get the scab as long as you're still poking at it. At some point, you got to get your finger away from it, get the dirt and the infection out, and then your body itself, nature itself, will take over and commence the healing process. Yeah, you got to do some work. You got to eat some right vegetables, drink your little water and stuff like that. Make sure the little UV on it. There's some things that you have to do in the process, but nature by itself, once the harm stops, will begin to heal itself.
Correct.
And that is
Absolutely.
so, so true. And a lot of these couples, I'm realizing, a lot of them aren't healed. And a lot of them are bringing a lot of past trauma into what they've gone on. And I'm gonna tell you, Josh, if you're still in the chat, that is one thing that I absolutely do love about you and Shay is the fact that y'all have overcome. Because we know the fact that y'all been together 12 years,
12
and
years,
you have a
yes.
young baby. But the
Yeah.
fact of the matter is, and then she even said it. You told her when it happened. You didn't lie. You didn't hide it. And it was
Right.
something that y'all worked through because not every action deserves a
A
huge
throwaway.
reaction to where it's just, it's nothing, or, it's over. The world ends and life is just no more. Some things you can get over. You really can. It just depends on what type of person you are.
Correct.
Now, there's certain things that I'm just not finna fucking deal with, period. You
Right.
know? And I'm gonna tell you, as a person who has been with a man who has had a baby on me, after I got, listen, when I tell you, I got stories, okay? This man
Okay.
made me have an abortion and then got my friend pregnant, okay?
Oh,
Listen, right. So shit happens. And I was young at that point. I did take him back. I had the baby in my house. You know what I'm saying? I ended up getting pregnant and having another one, but still, the fact shit happens. It's all on you on what you're willing to take and not take. But when you see red flags before it gets to that point, before it gets to a point to where we are married, now we have 3 and 4 kids, we got businesses tied together, so now our money's entangled. Before you get to that point, when you're seeing red flags and you're seeing, just like what's seeing you disrespecting this man, calling him bitches just because you don't like what he said or because you got triggered off of something, shit like that right there is like, that's a no-go. Those are them times where it's like, no, it's time to go.
Run,
absolutely.
Forrest, run.
Right, absolutely. Jay Cash says the show didn't elaborate, but we were on and off those 12 years. So we were on and off period when the situation happened where my daughter came. And see, that's the thing. And I think me and you, Gigi, have often said this. I think Comm-UNI-TEA can also say this as well. We give love, grace, and space. And I say
Mhm.
we because not everybody does, but we understand that this is a moment in time and we don't understand the timeline to understand y'all time. You understand?
Mhm.
So we figured that somehow for it to be 12 years, it had to be something special. But also, too, for the fact that y'all allowed y'all selves to really love on each other, and y'all, instead of somebody looking at y'all 12 years as a hindrance, because I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw, I'm like, what the hell, 12 years? I know you fucking lying out there.
Yeah, we discussed it on the first episode.
But
When we met the couple. We need
exactly.
more information. We need clarity.
Exactly. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I think that was probably everybody's reaction from the jump, because we're looking at this as an everyday person. But the fact that you guys utilize your 12 years and you don't let that be a hindrance, but you let that be a resource, kudos to y'all. Real talk.
Low
Right.
key,
Because y'all have not switched up since the first episode. Y'all have not switched up since the first episode. Go ahead.
no, they have not. And when it kind of reminded me of, I'll never forget. I was at a bar one time, and I was no kid. It was Applebee's, no joke. And there was a couple there who were high school sweethearts who had rekindled like after 30 years. So they kept in touch. They seen each other's family years. Everybody went out, got married, had families, but like she low key held the flame for him, and he held the flame for her. And then when one spouse died, and the other spouse divorced. And when they got together at that last class reunion, when they seen each other, they was down like 4 flats on the old '87 Cadillac. Do you hear me? And it was the cutest thing, y'all. So for some people, life is circular. For some people, it's linear, and some people get a chance to, I wouldn't say do over, but I can say do better.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that's something that we do see with Josh and Shay, because the fact of, even if y'all were off and on for 12 years, y'all have come together and y'all stay together. I'm going to tell you one thing that you said that sticks with me, Josh, that I absolutely love. And I've even said it on one of the reviews, is when you said, it's just the way that she looks at me. You can tell in your voice that the way that she looks at you is something that is so attractive. It's such a turn on, and she can show you her love just by her look.
Correct.
And something, listen, when you got a love like that, honey, you hold on to that shit. You hold on to it, because I'm gonna tell you, if it was to come to a relationship that we know is gonna work, honestly, I am rooting. We've already said Josh and Shay.
Yep.
Diamond and Aaron.
Yep.
Millie and Greg, which I'm on the fence about that too.
Yeah, we still on the fence about that, but we rooting. That's correct.
Yeah. But we can see real love.
Period.
But when the fake shit comes in, when you got, the Chris and Jody shit, and you sitting there while you have this beautiful woman next to you, you're steady riding for somebody else that you just met within 4 days. That's the shit that gets me, because him and Sandia have been talking, 6 months? I think it was 6 months Chris and Sandia has been talking, but yet Jody comes in the house, and the first thing you say, first thing you say about Sandia is she's not your girlfriend, you aren't exclusive, you have all these different women, you hit it the first night and then you leave for 2 weeks. Like, this is all the shit you're saying in regards to Sandia. But then when it comes to Jody, oh, we cool, we locked in. We got a connection stronger than anybody. She's my favorite person. What?
Right.
Excuse me?
Exactly. Yeah.
Josh, in the 7th grade sandbox silliness is there. Like that dude.
Exactly. No, absolutely. Jay Cash says, I wouldn't recommend 12 years for nobody, LOL. But over those 12 years, we gained a lot of mental and emotional support for each other. Our connection was emotion and mental, and not physical, but it helped y'all get there. The physical part is the easy part, but connected emotionally and mentally is where a lot of couples struggle with. Now, see, this goes to show not every dude is the same. Because honestly, let me tell you the truth. As a homeboy, I'd rather have Josh as a homeboy than Chris as a homeboy. I'm just gonna be real with you.
All day.
Because Gigi, you already know my fucking mouth.
Yeah.
I don't put up with shit for too damn long. Me and Chris would have had at it.
And I went back and looked. Chris and them were 3 months.
3 months. Okay, so 3 months compared to 3 hours. We'll say 3 days.
More
3 months. You've been talking to this woman, but within 3 days, you telling me you more locked in with Jody, but you're steady also telling the woman that you've been with that you have trust issues, and it's gonna take time to trust. Evidently, you're selective with your trust. That's what it is. You have selective trust issues, because this woman who is showing you that she's trying to be there for you, and she's trying to gain access not only to you physically, but she wants to gain access to your spirit. She wants to gain access to your heart, your soul, your innermost, deepest, just whatever it is. She wants to be deep within you. She's trying to connect with that. and you're shutting her down every way, but yet you are opening yourself up for a woman that you just met.
which lets
He
you.
is more open with Jody than what he is with
Yeah, I
Sandia.
told you. It really is a preference issue. You just don't fit. You're not physically connected to her, and therefore you won't do the emotional work. Like Jay said, because he was so emotionally and spiritually and mentally connected to his partner, being able to put his eyes on her and see her as the diamond that she was super easy. But if
Yeah.
you haven't made the mental jump, then the physical is easy to trash. It's easy to go from, like my grandma would say, house to house, pillar to post. That's what we say in the South. And you're not going
Yeah.
to form the kind of connection that you told the producers you were down here looking to perform. Here we go. We have another person who is out to build their brand or sell themselves or create their viral moment. They are not there to connect with that partner.
Correct.
And therefore, they ain't on the rooting for this. We ain't rooting for their asses either.
Yeah.
And that's
No,
true.
absolutely. Absolutely. So we talked
That
about
15 minutes of fame, that's definitely what it is.
right. So we talked about, Chris and Sandia. We talked about Aaron H and Diamond. Um, we talked about the exercise and everything else. I do want to talk about Irene real quick because
Hold on, real quick.
honestly,
Can I say that I am actually glad that they did tell Brandon and Sienna to just go ahead and go? Because
yes,
yeah,
that
when he
part,
said that
yes,
they didn't have a connection, I was
yes,
hoping that they let them go, and I think I even said it last week. Well, there ain't no point for them to be on the show then. So yeah, I'm glad that they decided that. Now let's go ahead. Now, what'd you say we're gonna talk?
no, you're good. And you know what? I forgot to add that point because I already read it. But yes, I agree. I am so glad that this show is holding people accountable. That listen, if you ain't here for it, then you gotta go. And I appreciate that because it needs to be other reality shows that are the same damn way. So I wanted to
But
talk
I would
about
say,
Lord help me. Amen. So with that being said, I want to talk about Irene for a minute because Irene did too damn much. I showed the text messages that were on the show, and honestly, it just seemed like to me that she could not let up for a damn word. To me, and I just really thought that it was quite frankly disgusting behavior. Listen, I get that, right? Like right here, I pray that I liked you, that I never liked you. You better pray and hope it lasts. Let me go back to the first text message. So this here, Aaron, stop playing with me, man. Stop playing, man. We'll see. But this was a text message between Aaron and Diamond here. Then the next text message was, and you can kiss my ass too. Then since I still don't like him, you don't have to like me. I'm not talking to you. I've seen your picture. I don't like you either. That's why I'm talking to Diamond's fine ass. And then right here, I never liked you, and you better pray and I hope it never lasts. Now, honestly, when I came to the door, I immediately saw why Aaron wasn't talking to her. I immediately saw why. Um, and number two, your sister is telling you that she is just grateful that everything is all right and that they've talked about. Like he owned up to the fact that he was going to get engaged to somebody, but it wasn't because he didn't love her, but because he just really wanted her, but couldn't emotionally, mentally say it and have the emotion, not emotional, but have the solitude, the fortitude in his soul to stand on business. But your sister said that he cried. Like you have no grace, love, or space. Even Shay said, like, if somebody proves themselves to you, like, let it go. And then Irene doing the most, talking about Aaron's kids, which Irene, I'm not sorry to say this, but this is what should have happened.
Dog are really not used to being thrown around like this.
Your mom sucks.
That was too far. Nia Jax taking a moment to...
That's exactly what should have happened to Irene. Y'all can have it.
man,
Like, what the heck?
Listen, we'll go ahead and skip and talk to Irene about Irene for a hot second. Listen, ma'am. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. And community, Tell me I'm wrong or back me up, either one. But this is why, one, you don't tell everybody your business.
Correct.
You don't tell them when you fall out because they're going to use that. Now, because you were mad at them at one point in time and you done told your sister some shit that done happened, she's mad at him for life. You done got over the shit and done took him back, but yet everybody else is still mad because of what, has been said.
Right.
Oh my God.
Now,
We had a lot to say on this topic when I got married both times. She said one of the things you have to remember is that exactly what you just said, Gigi, that you and him will move on and the rest of us won't. So if you are okay with us having that information for the rest of our lives, then feel free to share it. Otherwise, there are going to be some things that you as an adult, you and your partner are going to have to do by yourself. If you are struggling, you're a person of faith, go to God. If you're not, learn to meditate, protect your mental health, whatever it is. But when you involve other people, they don't have the connection. Let's just be honest. You're going to get over it. You're gonna put it in your mouth. He gonna put it in your butt. Mark number 3, number 4, and y'all
All
gonna be
right.
good. And
mhm,
sure enough, your auntie, your grandma, I'm telling you, I experienced it also as a child. When my parents divorced, my mom's family could not stand my dad. They would say the wildest off the chain crap. But my mama was not when wasn't around. My mother never spoke ill of my dad. And he cheated. My granny and my auntie and my grandpa would let it fly on a regular basis. I know more about these people businesses, not because my parents trashed either one of themselves, but because the people around them did.
mhm, and
So
that's
that's
what it is.
a
And Jo-
huge problem.
and Josh said that she just won 5 minutes of fame, and that's all it was. Because I mean, honestly, like I said, you don't get to talk about somebody's kids and then get away with it, and then everybody being nosy and stuff. Like Jody and Aaron J, y'all can't say shit because at least there's something real with them. I want to hear shit from y'all. And then Chris,
Mhm.
you can't say nothing, brother, because
Nothing.
guess what? At least
Not
there
a
is some
thing.
emotion from Aaron for Diamond. So to all y'all in the house that are looking shady and stuff, some of y'all need to go back to that kitchen and mind your own
Right.
fucking business. This
Chris,
is a
you
grown
might want to
conversation.
reflect about that fucking bullshit ass therapy session that you and Sandia had.
That
Uh,
bullshit.
because you sitting there always in somebody else's business or agreeing to some shit when listen here, do you not understand that your motherfucking faucet's leaking? You don't understand. You sitting there talking about everybody else's shit, but your shit finna flood.
Come
You
on.
you better pipe down
And
because
like
and
and like
it's almost like it was because the tension was almost taken off him. Oh, somebody else arguing, so it's not about us. Let's go get in it. No, shut the fuck up. Aaron and Jody, y'all go sit down. Cause did you see how awkward they was when they was at that rope class? Everybody else touching, hugging, kissing, rubbing, and they just
right
looking around and
and Aaron and
Looking
Aaron
like
J
siblings, looking
and
like
Aaron
cousins that snuck
right.
that part.
an event that they
And
didn't belong in.
Aaron J said, "Are we done?" And Joey's like, "Yeah, I think we done all we need to do." What? How do you say that after everybody, child? And Jay Cash said she just won 5 minutes of fame. Josh, let us know when you're ready. Come on up, brother. I do have another show at 9 o'clock. But I'm staying on for as long as I can. For sure. The critical smoker, thank you so much for being here. And to GBGville, thank you so much as well. Do y'all want to do the weekly poll and couples connection?
Yeah, let's go ahead and see what this is because I need to know.
All right. Now, listen. I'm just gonna let y'all know. I think I know what the answer is gonna be on this weekly poll, but we shall see. Here it is. Here. Oh, hang on. Y'all know StreamYard can be StreamYard, and sometimes give me one moment. Hang on. Let's see here. Weekly poll. Here we go. Here is the weekly poll. Is Diamond's sister Irene justified in her treatment of Aaron H?
No.
No. She should be more forgiving.
Yeah.
All right. Unsure, need more backstory. How what? Okay, child. 22.2%. Yes, she's protecting her sister. No, I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to come on camera and say it because I know somebody told me not to say this word, but they are not my fucking mama. And thank God they ain't my mama because guess what? They probably would be mentally decapitated and probably in other positions that they wouldn't be able to come back up. Believe me, I would not miss for shit on that person now. But with that being said, she's protecting her sister. No, Irene's a bitch. I'm going back off camera. Now, after all that being said,
Whole country missing is kind of what we call them now, bleach blonde, butch body missing.
That part right there.
that whole part right there.
And no,
12-foot, crooked leg, one-eyed, left ear dangle type bitches. Like,
y'all know I'm protected. Lord help me.
Absolutely. And then no, she should be more forgiven, 48.1%. To the 25.9% and 22.2%. I just realized there's an ignorant ass part of America that just wants to be a part of the conversation. So we're just going to give the 48.1% credit. Now, do y'all think that these results are accurate? I mean, of course, I don't believe that they're accurate, but hey, we got to be fair. What do y'all think about these results from America?
There's always going to be somebody that's going,
the contrary.
Like, they got to tip the scale. Like they have to.
Right.
Absolutely. So for all the yeses, there has to be somebody who just says no. They don't even know why they're saying no. They just know.
Yes. Because everybody's standing over here picking vanilla and you got to be the one person asking for chocolate.
Right. Like,
don't even know. Just because, but look at everybody else over there doing that. I don't want to be. See, there's always a few of them, and I don't want to be like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Now here's the.
But see, when you have folks that's just naturally unlike others, the shit just happened naturally. It's like no, you still gonna get the full truth. You know what I'm saying? But now, yeah, people just I feel like they just have to have a place to be. It's just placement.
Now this is week 5, okay? Now you guys remember in the other polls you could choose multiple. Well, in this one, you can only choose one. So at the halfway point, who was your favorite couple? I'm giving all the options.
We already said Josh and Shay.
All day.
All right, Josh and Shay, let's do it. And I do agree, although I do believe that they would be second place and then they would.
Of course. Absolutely.
If we could choose multiple, that would be the order. But for favorite couple halfway point, Josh and Shay. We're about to submit live. Here we go.
All right, Josh. Let's see what we got.
Oh, we got Aaron and Diamond. What?
Lord,
are they fucking with y'all? Are they fucking with y'all?
They got y'all all the way wrong, fam.
Aaron, Jay, and Joanna, 1%. Like y'all said, somebody's got to tip the scale just to exist. Josh and Shay, 7.1%. That is shading them. I'm sorry, okay?
No, that don't make no sense.
Greg and Millie, 30.6%. I feel like Josh and Shay should be up here with 30.6%. Then
I feel like Millie people are buying the hype with Greg and Millie, and we need to be. I'm telling y'all, there's some shit going on.
Absolutely.
Right. That's what. Listen, I just told you I'm on the fence with him because it's just something. Some don't make no fucking sense. You're not gonna tell me for 3 years you live in the same city and fucking state. Listen, I live in San Diego. I go to LA damn near every fucking weekend. You are not gonna tell me that you cannot make it out the fucking house. Y'all can meet at motherfucking Portos. Y'all could go to the motherfucking Knott's Berry. Y'all could have met at Disneyland. Like, come the fuck on. Don't play. Like, if y'all vegan, there's so many damn vegan spots. Y'all could have met at Park. Like, stop playing with me. Like, there's so many places y'all could have met up at. And listen, I'm not even from here, and I can tell you all these places you can meet up. Stop playing with me. No, something ain't right. Something is not.
Texas, we buzz down all over the state. You could be in Houston and you hitting the highway every weekend, going to Dallas, going to San Antonio, going to Austin. Them 3 hours from each one. Which way are you going? And we doing it all day, every day. Have been for I don't know how long. So how the hell y'all in the same city and y'all mean to tell me y'all can't get down to the same goddamn park?
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right. And
Mm-mm.
then Aaron H and Diamond is at 60.2%. Jay Cash said that I'm almost positive Aaron is on there voting for himself. But also, Josh, be real. Are you voting for yourself too? Let's be fair. Let's be fair, good
Should
sir.
you should?
Let's be fair.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I vote for my damn self too.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you, real shit. Hell yeah, I voted for myself. I sure did. But Aaron and Jody is the only ones that voted. Didn't nobody, because they still trying to. I don't know what facade they trying to give. But Lord have mercy, they are really trying to put on a show.
And apparently, Chris voted for himself too because there's only 1% child.
Right.
Legit, that's the only people that thought that was a good idea. Him. I don't even think the girl voted for him. Like he voted for him, but she didn't vote for him. She voted for Aaron.
Absolutely. Right. Lord help. Not Jody voted for Chris. Lord help. Hey, Glam Rocks, welcome in. It's all good. We're just chilling out. Actually, Glam Rocks, you're in the middle of a really good lot because Jay Cash, who's a cast member from the show, is in the chat. We're waiting for him to come on up for at least a little bit so we can hear his voice and get his take on some of this action happening here. Jay Cash said, I do it once a week, not multiple times a week. LMAO. Okay. All right.
Vote early, vote often. I'm not judging.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, and I really feel like the only reason why Josh and Shay's numbers low like that because they really do stay to themselves and they're, they about each other. They don't be all up in the drama. They're not, you know what I'm saying? You don't see them arguing and fussing. If there was a poll that said, who do you think cheeks hurt the most because they smile so much? or Josh and Shay. Because I'm telling you, they smile so damn much, especially when they look at each other. I said, look at here. If it ain't love.
She is all teeth all the time. Like, man, we know
the time.
I can count exactly how many she got, her pearly whites, because like that boy keep her cheese eyed, grilled eyed.
Listen, I said shit. I wouldn't be surprised if she left there pregnant.
Hell, I feel like I might get pregnant watching them sometimes. I don't need no more damn kids. Shit, I got two already.
Lord help me, Glam Rocks. Yes, he's still on the damn show. Aaron H. Lord help me.
Not his nail polish. What?
Aaron H is nail polish. I did not realize this.
Hey, Glam.
You mean Aaron J? Ain't Aaron J the J and Jody?
Yes, that's the one she's talking about. That other Aaron.
Yeah, nail polish is there, rethinking his whole existence. Hold on, can we talk about one thing that we didn't talk about? Because we kind of skipped over it. Can we talk about that game? Just real quick. Did that make sense to anybody? Okay, so we see how she acts towards Aaron, and we see how hyped she is with Chris. So the first question that's asked basically is what is something sexual that you want to do but you've never done, basically, or that you're interested in or want to know more about, whatever the fucking case is. And hers was an orgy. But you can't even communicate with the one person that you sitting there with. Somebody make it make sense. Is that her way of like, I almost feel like that's her way of enticing Chris as well. Like, look, yeah. I like sex. I want
to be your fantasy. Let me know what you wanna, and I can be your fan. It's like, is she trying to like play into maybe something she knows about him? Because she just don't strike me as a part of the life. I done been down there. That don't look like what I see when I get there.
Right. I ain't never seen her in there.
I'm just saying, like, if she got to the door, people would have a lot of questions for her.
They would listen here. I think she's gonna get searched because somebody think they getting set up.
Straight up, that girl looked like okay, this is a plant. Like you are not here for the things that the rest of us all showed up for. Even I was just at work. You know what I'm saying? I might have just been keeping bored. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But
Right.
I'm getting in the door. I can say that much.
Right. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm sorry, you have the wrong place.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem getting in the door. So
Like, no, ma'am, you don't know the code. You don't know the knock.
yeah,
You, like,
you like everything about your energy. Like we don't even understand. Like we have questions. Like we need to know if there's a van down the street listening to your titty. So
wait a sec. And then you would, what does she call herself? She's basically a sex therapist or sexologist.
like she would come in with that question. Like let me say this, shot. I was just down there serving drinks. That's all I was doing.
Right, ma'am. That's all I was doing. No, I'm the bartender. Mm-mm.
I was just down there serving drinks. But I'm just saying, from behind the bar, I could see a few things, and I talked to a few people, and yeah, that wouldn't happen.
Listen, from what I can see from over this way,
From my
she's
vantage,
not ready.
I was standing over there in the corner, maybe serving drinks at the bar, possibly. I could tell what was happening at the door. That bitch was there; she couldn't get in. I know that fucking much.
No, like what? She just looks so uncomfortable with the whole tie-up thing. Like, girl, how you talking about you? This is what you are, and you can't even get tied up.
Yes, like people would be like, it wouldn't even be an issue of consent with her in a situation like that. It would be like, it would almost be like a access thing, like because if you've ever been in a community, especially somebody brings someone new to a space,
Mm-hmm.
then and this is for people who may or may not indulge in more 50 shades type activities, and that's fine. We want everybody to be
Right.
comfortable and happy. But for the people who do, and maybe people who are curious about the community, if you bring somebody new into a space, by and large the communities are very kind of tight knit. Like you pretty much get to know everybody
Mm-hmm.
after one or two visits at whatever particular group of people that you are socializing with. And so
Yep.
when you bring new people into the space, it's really important, number one, that they understand the rules and the boundaries that everybody has already established, but it's also that they're able to fit in with the atmosphere. Like you will go to some communities and it's very laid back. It literally looks like everybody's just sitting there watching Seinfeld and they drinking a little wine and then they're gonna have a nice time and then everybody's gonna go home. And then
Right.
stuff that looks like Montero. You know what I'm saying? Like people are having things and it's fun and it is a lot. And so
Mhm.
you have to be very aware when you bring new people into these community spaces. And I can tell you that, like, whether they was watching Seinfeld or they were having a theatrical Circus Olay good time, um, she just doesn't present as someone who she literally she looks like she'd be there to study people, and that would make people incredibly
And
uncomfortable.
very, very, and something to go on what you said because that is all very, very true. Like I'm gonna tell you, sometimes you there really are like invite codes. Like you might not find out until you know what I'm saying the day before. You might find out the day of. Like here's secret link.
2 hours,
This
yeah.
is where it's gonna be.
House. This is the place we rented out. Yada yada.
Exactly.
Set
And
up
in
to
order to get into those tight knit ones, it is by invitation only, or it's like, hey, if you have a plus one,
plus one.
you
That's
like
it.
you said, you have to know the rules. They have to know what the rules are before even going in there. And you, as the person who's bringing them, it is your job to make sure that they will be comfortable in what they see. Because see,
So
if you're one who likes to be in all different, like you said, you got the Seinfeld ones, you
Very.
got the, you know what I'm saying? You got the keys in the bowls. You got you got the balls in the bowl. You got whatever however it is that you want to
wait,
circulate
wait,
it.
wait,
You
wait,
have
wait, wait. Balls in the
you
bowl and hey everybody. You mean like maybe bingo balls in the bowl and everybody just
Yeah,
like
I
one.
mean, it all depends on how
Yeah.
what the theme of the party is and how you are going to figure out where you're going to be.
You walk
I
in.
appreciate,
Sometimes,
I
Yes.
appreciate
like,
the clarification.
okay, so I don't know if people have ever seen this, but like there have been where people will put their keys in a bowl. You put your keys
Right.
in a bowl. Whatever keys you select, that's who you're with. Like,
Or that's where you
there you
start.
go. Yeah, exactly. Like that's where you start out. You know what I'm saying? Or it might just be like I said, balls with a number on it. Okay, that's the door. Like you go to that door. This might be a certain color. Like
Right.
there's so many. Like it really all depends on the host theme,
Right. The
and it
whole
really all depends on like what what the intent of the
take
like what's happening.
that's what the community wanted too. The host
For
would only
sure.
create a space that the people want. Like ain't nobody coming to your
Exactly.
And my
Exactly. Like it all depends on like what is going to be happening. Like
and by the way,
so.
y'all, not to cut y'all off. Josh is up here, by the way.
Hey Josh, how are you?
Look, y'all not supposed to be cooking Sunday dinner, and DG, me and you can chop it up because unfortunately we're extra grown here in this space. Thank you, Kick G, for always coming through. I'm so appreciative of all my
Hey,
people.
welcome in.
Thank you
Absolutely.
so much.
Listen here, I'm gonna hit you. Do you have an IG? Because yeah, we're definitely. I think we need
Check
to link.
And let me tell you, some of those
Okay.
BDSM clubs really do get deep. There's been some people that have been there for years. There's some people that are novices, but it really does depend on how you carry yourself. Depends on how you move as well. So thank y'all for that. By the way, Ready to Love BDSM edition is coming soon to Discovery Plus. Yes, indeed. Josh, good to see you, brother, up here. And my bad for pressure you so much. I just had another show coming up at 9. I just want to make sure that your voice was at least heard up on here. How are you, brother? Good to hear you. Doing good. You sound a little bit far away.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Is better?
Yeah, that's a whole lot better. How are you, good sir?
Doing all right. How y'all doing?
Doing
Hello,
good,
hello.
good, brother.
Yeah, y'all like tip, man.
Listen, we keep it real on this channel, damn it. And thank you for the love. And yes, me and Josh have talked on the gram, and Josh is really that real of a dude offline too. So, Josh, are we right in our opinions, or are we off about some things? Like, because you were inside of it all, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like most opinions are valid. Me personally, as far as the connection between Jody and Chris, I personally didn't see it much as flirting, and I really believe, honestly, if it was never put out there in the universe in the first place, no one would really thought much into it. But once it
Okay.
was said out loud, it kind of made people look at it and start looking at them a little more. But me personally, I don't think it was that, just from being around them both, because the camera's not showing everything. So it was
Correct.
most of the time it was all four of them together, hanging out together. It wasn't just Chris and Jody. Like they all four interacted with each other the whole entire time. Jody and Aaron interact with each other way more than what's shown. So you take that how they do that with the TV magic, but
Sure.
yeah. But I don't. Me personally, I didn't see it that way, and even still, even if it was the case, I didn't care enough because it wasn't my business, and that
Right.
was my issue I had with Diamond. Is even if you did feel some type of way, it wasn't your place to say anything because even if you said anything, at the end of the day, you still got to deal with your shit, and they still got to deal with theirs. So it
Right.
don't solve anything getting into it. And then to get mad at other people for not jumping in, even though they felt the same way, maybe it's a way you handle things. And it was a better way to do it. And the way that she went about it probably wasn't the best way. Everybody don't like drama. Everybody's not trying to argue. Because at the end of the day, you're not dating the other cast, so it don't matter.
No, understood. And I appreciate your perspective. By the way, Glamrocks has 2 questions for you, Josh, if you don't mind.
Okay.
The first one is, Josh, is Shay with child?
No, she's not with child.
She's not with child. Okay. But, the possibility is there because let me tell you something. The chemistry on that show, I believe, is translating in real life for sure. And then the second question, I know that you've addressed this before, but like I said to you, in IG, or on IG rather, that, standing your truth, move in purpose, and execute with love. So I know you won't mind this question. Why would you sleep with your roommate and get her pregnant? I know you've addressed it before, but
it's actually so I will wait before I address that because I'm not sure if they will elaborate on it more on the later episode because we do explain it in detail. The scene that y'all did show where I brushed over it, that was simply just because I just didn't want to tell Diamond and Aaron my business. But but me and Shay do elaborate more, so I'll wait till if they show. I'm not really sure with the ending, but if not, I will gladly get back on and explain it. Me and Shay both can get on. Like it's not.
Absolutely, because listen, we do this review every Saturday of the show. So at any point in time, y'all want to come, hop on, give your take of what we've seen for the week. We would love to have y'all.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I have no problem. But like I said, I'll wait on answering them because I don't know if they. I'm sure they will elaborate on it later on. But like I said, if they don't, I don't have no problem telling y'all how it went down and everything.
And not to mention, I'm gonna give y'all some media games. So if you notice in the chat how I asked Josh of, hey, listen, I know that for the Oprah Winfrey Network, you have to wait to get an approval. And so I didn't want to bring Josh up if it wasn't cool with OWN. But Josh said that he's willing to talk about at least what he's seen. So to the Oprah Winfrey Network, into that content I have at OWN, just know that we're only talking about what we have seen. Just want
right.
And Josh, I also don't want you to feel that I pressured you. To be
no.
But I wanted to make sure that you had your boots up here because I was
when you first sent the link. Y'all know I like to eat, so I was trying to eat first.
Yes, you like to eat in more ways than one, good sir. From the laughing emojis, we understand, good sir. I'm the same way. I'm the exact same. But no, listen, we so do appreciate just your candor, and I'll let Josh speak on how I am on IG with him. But Josh, can you tell the people how you and me are? Because let me tell you, I don't say everything. Like I said, Aaron commented on my video when I was the first one to crack it on YouTube with the show, and then I didn't know Josh was responding to, and didn't know that Josh was responding to me until I finally connected with him. But Josh, can you tell them about how I am on IG with you? Because like I said, when I say I'm the real deal and I keep it on the low, I don't play.
Right. I mean, you kept it real, like you told me. Y'all was gonna be honest. You're gonna say your opinion, but you also give what you're saying, love, grace, and space. I might be saying it wrong.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. And so, like, that's pretty much what you understood the business side of the show, what I could talk about, what I can't talk about, how they show things, how they don't show things. So that was cool to be able to talk to somebody understanding, because there are people who see this show and they think we just filmed it last week. Like, some people genuinely don't know the time frames of how these shows work and stuff. So just know, at the end of the day, yeah, we're on TV, we're showing our lives, we're exposing ourselves, but at the end of the day, we are still human beings. We're still people. We still have to go back to our everyday lives. When the show is over, even today, I still have to go to work, just like the next person. Still got kids to take care of. So just like I said, I just appreciate that you and other people as well, just that y'all still treat us as human beings, because at the end of the day, that's what we are. Maybe some people were trying to get something from the show. Me personally, it was my experience. It was a chance to meet Jay, and it was just where I wasn't doing it for exposure for TV. I'm not. If you see my social media, I'm not big on social media. I'm not big on social media. That's not really for me. It's not my cup of tea. But like I said, it was just an experience. I enjoyed myself. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. And so, I'm glad that y'all can see that we're people. We're like everybody else. We're regular people. We give things that a lot of other people deal with.
No, absolutely. Me and Gigi, we give the media game quite often. And, we said that the production value of the show and the realism, I mean, even though you and me have talked about that, you said that there's a lot of stuff that we haven't seen. But from what we have seen, it seems like they captured it in real time as close as they could have. You know what I mean? I'm glad
I will say they did do that. Like, I know I've seen a lot of comments about the lady's hair and things like that, and just the putting in perspective is like we're here for a month, and this is basically our home for that month. So it's like we don't have hairstylists and makeup people. We don't have none of that on set. Like the hairstyles, the makeup, whatever you see, that's what they chose to do themselves. Nobody does it for us. Right. Everybody pick their own outfits out, do whatever. We're at home, so a lot of times when you see us, especially around the house, we're just comfortable. We ain't trying to dress and impress and stuff. And I mean, I know we're on TV, but we're in our house at that moment. We're enjoying our company, and we're just being as comfortable as we can, despite the awkwardness of being surrounded by cameras. Like, what y'all don't see is, it's 5-6 different cameramen. There's audio people in there. About 8 producers in there. It's a house full of people.
We'll see. Yeah, even though we don't see that, Braylon and I, we both have media game. Like, I just got off set. That's why I was even late to the live, because I was on set all day. So I know exactly how it is with having cameras, the monitors, you have audio, you have boom mics, you have to get mic'd up with lavaliers, you have to make sure that you have
Video
light.
village as
You
well.
got
Video
right,
village.
you got your gaffers, you got your ADs, your PAs. There's a lot of people that it takes when it comes to producing reality TV, film, any of that. There's a lot that goes behind it. So we definitely understand when it comes to that. And we understand how edits work as well. So we know a lot of stuff, because a lot that you hear when it comes to people who are doing reality TV is it's edited. You didn't see what they did because it was edited. We understand that. But a lot of times when it comes to it, they'll grab shots of what they have. So they only edit what they have to work with. So if you give them a certain, a certain characteristic so much, that's what they're going to keep grabbing.
Right, and I do think sometimes they have to take things out just because the language we use sometimes, because if they kept it in, it'd be so much blurring out that you wouldn't even get the conversation.
We believe it. We definitely believe it.
And I mean, because there were times where, ironically, we were having a lot of great conversations. But you know how us black people are when we get together, we get excited, we talk loud, we have fun, and we nigga, and cuss a lot. And at a point, I was like, well, damn, we might need to calm it down a little bit because we had good footage that they can't even use because we cussing too much. And great conversations.
Well, you know what I was thinking, because they do this with the reunions. I thought that maybe they might be able to do the uncensored version or the uncensored edition of the Never Ever Mets on Discovery Plus to be able to give us that intel. But I mean, it is the first season, so they're just trying to get their groove.
Yeah, I think a lot of the first season they just testing the waters. Like it was the first time they did a show like this. A lot of this was new even for them. Even though they, Bun and Myra, they've been around for a while, but just doing some of this type of nature was a little different. Even the house, the location, that was changed last minute. We were supposed to be at a different location, and they got changed the week before we flew out there. So a lot of stuff was kind of just last minute and kind of rushed a little bit. I mean, they really did the best they could in the situation that they came up in.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a nice home.
Yeah, it was.
That was a nice home. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, and they really taught us, like I said, not real authentic selves. Like there was no script. I know there are people going around saying certain things was fake and all that. It wasn't no script. They literally just let us go, and they just watched us. And a lot of stuff. I mean, yeah, you have certain producers who might, hey, can y'all talk about this or something like that? But for the most part, everything is literally what you see. It's just how, I mean, it might get put out of order how they show it, but like it's just it's us being ourselves. And like I said, the cameras, we getting mic'd up at 7:30 in the morning. They are in our face while we sleep here. And as soon as we wake up, we have to get mic'd up immediately. They won't even allow you to talk to anyone else unless you have a microphone on. So that's like they start early from 7:30 all the way until you take your ass to sleep.
Yeah.
Now, have we not said 12-hour to 14-hour days, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, so when we tell y'all the game, please listen. Glam Rock says that I can tell by Diamond's makeup and Jody's hair. Now, you ain't right for that, Glam Rock, but she is a makeup artist, okay? So she would know best. Glam Rock just said I just got off set earlier from doing makeup, so there you go.
Listen, Glam Rocks, I needed you earlier for makeup, okay? I had to. We had a makeup artist, which was fine, but we had to make up these younger women to make them look old, and it would.
Well, listen, connect with Glam Rocks because she definitely knows her stuff for sure. And there you go. And like I said, Josh, feel free to come back anytime, any of the cast. If you guys see me live, come on in. I was actually texting one of the cast members during the show because they asked me a question, and I'm going to try to help as much as I willingly can. Because like Josh said, there's so many layers to own that how like you're at 500 subscribers or you're at 100, nobody really paying attention to you. Y'all, we at 2K, so now it's more people are watching, but also too because I was the first one to break it onto YouTube. Because I do talk to cast members. It's a little more nuanced, so I have to be more responsible with what I do. And listen, honestly, tell you the truth, I've only known, and I'll reveal the other cast member because I already told y'all publicly. Josh and Aaron are the only people that I've talked to from the show. I've also talked with Diamond, but just on the phone. These people that I've gotten to talk to, I wouldn't mind hanging out with them. But also, too, in the position that I'm in right now, it's just content creator and talent. Because that's the relationship that we're in until the show is over, and then I can really talk to them. Now, of course, I can be friendly with them and be that friend, but also, too, that's just the integrity I have. So even though I'm not getting paid millions of dollars for doing this, I have that $1 million responsibility mindset and energy of responsibility until I get there. Because I care about this motherfucking thing.
And you remember when we first started talking on Instagram, remember I even told you, keep with the same opinions. Don't change them because I'm watching. Like I want y'all's opinion, right? I like what you say about. I want to hear it.
Listen, that's one thing you never have to worry about is a change up. Because listen here, listen. As in the words of Aaron, I ain't fake.
Because honestly, like reality TV, it really is new for me personally. Like I've only watched. I think I watched 60 Days in Jail or 30 Days, something because it just blew my mind. So I think I watched one of those seasons, but I never really been watched reality TV shows before. So I didn't even know people did reviews of and everything. So just being into this light now, and I've been watching a lot of different reviews, and like I like the like I said, the opinions that people come up with, the mindsets, the conversations they come from. I actually enjoy stuff like this. So I like watching y'all just as much as y'all like watching our show because I like what y'all say and what y'all come up with.
No, absolutely. I mean, I even told Josh that there should be a 3-part reunion. Now, I think the last time that we talked, Josh, you said that as far as you know right now, there is no reunion.
Yeah, as far as I haven't heard anything about a reunion.
Okay.
I'm assuming because it was the first season, they kind of just tested the water. They wasn't really sure what the grass would be yet.
Correct.
So maybe if it gets to a point where they like it, maybe they'll come to us about it. But as of today, I haven't heard anything about one.
I mean, Josh, to be real with your brother, with 5 episodes in with this much drama, I think this show is worthy of a reunion at this point. I mean,
listen.
I talk to most cast members. I keep in touch with most cast members, and all of us are kind of on the same. We all kind of want a reunion show ourselves, so we're all open for it. So if
they definitely need to, and if I need, listen, y'all was here in LA. I'm close. If we need to get back to LA, let's own, because people don't understand that they actually listen to us and watch us as well. So listen, get them back here. If I have to, I will get a production team together, get to LA, and we will film a live 3-part reunion.
And I actually like the live idea instead of a pre-recorded.
Yes, we will do it live. And me and Braylon actually talked about this, and we spoke about it last week too. A 3-part live reunion for this show specifically because of not only the realism, but this is almost a redemption. What was this? 10 years, Braylon? 10 years since
10 years.
Only has had a live reunion or live show.
Yes, the last time they went live was Oprah's Life Class. It was on September 28th of 2014. So honestly, it could be 3 Fridays, but I feel like because of the energy of this show, we could just do it Friday, Saturday, Sunday live and just make a whole weekend out of it.
Whole weekend.
And y'all can fly me out. And Josh, I know that you talk to the cast, of course, and you probably are still in touch with producers. So if you do talk to producers, let them know that, hey, there's a team named Braylon Lee and GG9 that is ready to go for live reunion. Because seriously, with the preview that's coming up, I'm gonna read the preview for you guys. Because like I said, I do have a contact out. I'm not gonna give their name out because they do what they do, and I'm very respectful of my connects. For those of you who are on the checking with the king, don't worry. We're just here with Josh. We're just wrapping some things up here. So I just told the chat that, hey, I'm still on, but we're going to be over there in just a minute. But here's the next preview here. Pushing Beds and Boundaries, premiering Friday, May 24th at 7 Central, only here, hashtag on Keeping It Real, while Diamond and Aaron H deal with the aftermath of her sister's visit. Chris and Millie find themselves in another heated argument. Later, Aaron J winds up in the doghouse with Jody after a bedroom faux pas. and Millie and Greg discover a trauma bond. That is what's happening next Friday, May 24th. Pushing Beds and Boundaries, 8/7 Central, only here. #on keeping it real.
Ooh, sound like it's gonna be another juice one.
Man, listen.
That's right. Let's see what's gonna happen.
Listen, it should be a good time.
And I would say too, even though I was there, I'm enjoying watching it too because as y'all see, I stayed out the way, so a lot of shit I'm seeing for the first time, and certain stuff is making sense to me. Shit.
We absolutely believe it. Like this is the realest show that I've seen from the Oprah Winfrey Network in recent history, and that's not bullshitting at all. I've said that this show has a lot more heat than Love and Marriage Huntsville, to be quite honest with you. And that's not to negate the situation that's going on, because that's fucking bullshit should be happening. But in terms of matching reality with the audience, there ain't no other show like this. So with that being said, Josh, do you have any final words? And Gigi, before I get off of here and do a whole nother child, how hard I work for y'all. Good day. Go ahead.
Right.
I just want to, just like I said, I appreciate everybody's support, just watching the show. Your reviews y'all are doing, just like I said, I support what y'all doing. I tune in every week to watch y'all, just like y'all tune in to watch us. So we definitely appreciate the love and the support. And like I said, I keep tuning in. I hope y'all keep tuning in.
Yes,
absolutely.
Sir. And like we said, let the producers know that me and Gigi aren't playing. You can send them this review, or send them a review just in case, because I don't want Ona to say, "Why did you go on?" Like, actually, if you listen to the review, they actually are very articulate, smart, and down to earth people. But let them know that listen, a reunion would be a fire idea, especially for this first season, because it's too. I'll put it to you like this: if in the 10th episode is not a conclusion, the fans are going to revolt.
Yeah.
So at least the reunion is a insurance policy with the audience, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, at the very least, see where everybody is now.
Exactly.
Yep, sounds good. Well, listen, I'm gonna probably hop on your other live and join you because you doing Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Yeah. So me and Diego are going to do something called Check In with the King. And Josh, you're more than welcome to come on over. Audience, you're more than welcome to come over. It's going to be a good time. So Gigi, your final words, and then I'll do a quick goodbye and quick commercial break. I won't get the long one because we got another show coming up.
Yeah. Well, make sure that you like, share, subscribe to both of our channels. Thank y'all for joining. Hit the notification bell so that you are up to date every time that we post. And make sure you hop on this next live. So get off here and just hop right back on. So
absolutely, much love, and thank you, Josh, so much for the graciousness. And
thank you. Make sure you come back, bring Shay.
Yes.
Tell the rest of the cast. Listen, y'all know I'll come up.
I got you.
Much love, everybody. Y'all have a great night.
Love,
see y'all
y'all.
in just a couple seconds.
Bye.
Good night.
This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch.
Caesar. Just look at him. politician, general, author, ruler, man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.